Hi, well, this is number 2 video of the Carnival Roses. And in this video, we're going to show you how to roll out the dough, put the roses together using either a pasta machine or in our case, a pasta attachment that goes with our KitchenAid. Well, the fryer is heating up and we are now ready to start making the roses. So the first thing we're going to do is unwrap this beautiful dough. Feels really good. We're going to divide the dough into manageable pieces. And what I call manageable pieces, this piece of dough, I'm going to divide into 8 pieces. Okay. So first I divide this in half, then I take each half and I divide that in half, and then each of those pieces, I just cut it in half, and that gives me 8 manageable pieces. And then you want to make sure that they are coated with flour really well. So you just kind of do this. There. Next, with my pasta attachment attached to my mixer, I have set it for the thickest part, which on KitchenAid is 1. We're going to take dough pieces that are well floured. We're going to turn on the mixer, and you're going to push each of the pieces through the rollers. Now you want to make sure that the pieces are well floured so they don't stick to the rollers. There, oh, this dough looks beautiful. Now we're going to fold the dough in half, press it down a little, make sure here again it's covered with flour, shake it off a little, and run it through again. Now I like to run this one more time. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of the pieces running through the thickest part. Well, I have finished processing all the pieces through the thickest part, which was number 1, on this pasta attachment. Now, just to explain something, this attachment, KitchenAid attachment, has numbers 1 through 8. 1 being the thickest, 8 being the thinnest, almost paper thin, which is way too thin for what we need. What I have now set is to number 5. So we're going to turn on the machine, take one of our pieces, it shoots well flour, shape of the flour, and we're going to start running through the attachment again. Now this time, the piece is going to be a lot longer. So now, if it's too long, we're going to cut it in half. Yeah. Oh, that looks so nice. Wow, look at this. Just perfect. Well, this is a long piece, so I am going to cut it in half so it's a little bit more manageable. And I'm going to go ahead and finish running the rest of my pieces through the number 5. Well, all of our dough has been rolled out to nice, manageable pieces. Next, to put the roses together, we're going to need 3 different sizes of circles. The best way to do this is using cookie cutters, round cookie cutters. You just want to make sure that they are 3 different sizes. This happened to be 2.5 inch in diameter 2 inch and 1.5, which really makes it a perfect rose. Now for demonstrative purposes, I'm going to do 1 circle of each. Normally I would go ahead and do the same size going across, and then on my next sheet the next size, and then the next size. So here it is, the one side, and we're going to do next, and then there we go. Okay, let's set this aside because I'm definitely going to use this later. Next, to make the rose petals, we're going to take each of the circles and we're going to make little cuts on the edge of it, and the cuts are going to be sort of like 1/2 inch to 1 centimeter, and we're going to make 8 of them. So the way I like to start off is make 1 here, then I'll come across, then here, then here, there, and then I flip this over, okay, and do 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there. So there's a 1. Now, I should mention this to you. You could actually, there, you could do these any way you like. That's what's so fun about this. There's no right and there's no wrong way to do it. Now, you could also do up to 4 of these together, as long as they're the same size, and they'll go very quickly. There. Okay. Next, remember I told you save the egg whites because we're going to use them. Now here, you could use a pastry brush. I like to use my finger. You're going to dip your finger in an egg white, take your biggest circle right in the center, dab it with the egg white. Then you take the next size, put it right in the middle, press it, then dip your finger in that egg white, right in the middle again, take your smallest, right there, press it, and it's ready to be fried. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish making the rest of my roses, and then I'll meet you at the fryer. And now we are ready to fry the roses. As I mentioned to you earlier, I love using the electric fryer because once you set the temperature, it stays constant. Second reason is the basket. So I have placed 3 of the roses in the basket. I'm going to lower the basket into the oil. Now, frying these roses, very similar to frying Chrusciki. In other words, you got to keep a close eye on them. It's going to take a little longer than Chrusciki because they're a little thicker, but not that much longer. So we're going to let the roses fry. When they start puffing up, you're going to flip them to the other side, and then we're going to let them fry on the other side, and then we'll flip them back again. And by then they should be getting a very nice, I call like a very pale coffee color. So now they're ready to be flipped. You can let them fry for about 30 seconds on this side before we flip them. And like I said, you want to keep a close eye on these. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to flip one to see if they're ready to be flipped. Just since you've been too longer. You could always flip them back. Alright, this looks like it's almost ready. Let's flip this one. Oh yeah, they're perfect. Alright, and now we're going to raise the basket. Oh, they look beautiful. Next, you're going to take them and place them on a paper towel. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish frying the rest of the roses. So here are the roses on paper towels. They have cooled down, so now we are ready to sprinkle them with confectionate sugar. So what I've done is I've placed some confectionate sugar in a small sieve. And I'm just going to go around and cover them. Now this particular dough yields 26 roses. And for the final step, we are going to take some jam. Now you could use your favorite jam, and you're going to place it right in the center of the rose. Just like that. Don't they look beautiful and very festive? I think that's why they call them Carnival Roses. And with the holidays coming up, they will dress up any dessert table. And as you could see, very easy to make. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish making the rest of them. I hope you try them.